Long before the glory of emperors and marble triumphs, Rome's true power was born from flesh, steel, and discipline. The Roman legion, the beating heart of an empire that conquered the world. In the early days of the Republic, the army was no profession, it was duty. Every free man, from farmer to craftsman, was a soldier when Rome called. He brought his own armor, his own sword, and left behind his fields and family to defend the city. When the battles ended, the legions dissolved. Soldiers went home. Fields were plowed again. But as Rome's shadow stretched beyond the Tiber into foreign lands, that old system began to crack. Rome could no longer rely on part-time warriors. The transformation came under Augustus, the first emperor. He forged a permanent army, disciplined, loyal, and paid by Rome itself. Legionaries now received regular wages, bonuses after campaigns, and the promise of land upon retirement. Military life became a career and a dream for the poor. But this loyalty no longer belonged to the Senate or the Republic. It belonged to the generals who led them and the emperor who paid them. Each legion held about 5,000 men, divided into 10 cohorts, then into maniples and centuries. Orders passed swiftly from commander to soldier, like a single body obeying one will. At its height, Rome's borders stretched over 10,000 kilometers, guarded by nearly 300,000 men, legionaries and auxiliaries, standing watch from Britannia's cold mist to the burning sands of the Sahara. Recruitment was an empire-wide ritual. The officers, called quaesitores, examined each candidate carefully. Age, between 18 and 23, strong limbs, steady eyes, clear mind. They inspected family background, profession, even literacy. Only free men were accepted. Slaves and criminals were turned away, except in times of desperation. Those with skills, smiths, masons, writers, found special value in the ranks. A literate man might find himself keeping records instead of wielding a sword. When accepted, each recruit received a small metal identification tag, a Roman signaculum. To lose it was a grave offense, punishable by death. Training was a crucible of endurance. For 4 brutal months, recruits learned the meaning of pain, discipline, and obedience. Marches began at 30 kilometers in 5 hours, burdened with 20 kilograms of gear. Then faster, longer. No excuses, no mercy. They ran, swam, climbed, junked, and carried heavy packs through mud and rain. Some fainted, some fled, but those who remained became steel. It was not battle that broke most men. It was the march. Hunger, exhaustion, and the endless grind forged warriors harder than their blades. When the body was hardened, the art of killing began. Every strike, every thrust was trained with wooden swords twice as heavy as real ones. Muscles screamed, but precision was sacred. A Roman sword cut not wildly, but deliberately. They mastered the gladius for thrusting, the scutum for blocking, and the pilum, a spear designed to bend upon impact, denying the enemy its use. Combat drills became ritual, a dance of violence repeated until instinct replaced thought. Veteran soldiers, paid double, oversaw the deadly exercises. Mistakes were punished immediately. Centurion, in battle, your enemy will not wait for your courage. Discipline was the lifeblood of the legion. Obedience was not optional, it was survival. Centurions ruled with the vine staff, symbol of command and tool of punishment.
Today we focus on formation and discipline.
A soldier could be beaten, starved, or imprisoned for disobedience. But the greatest terror was decimation. when 1 man in 10 was executed by his comrades to punish cowardice. Julius Caesar himself once used it to restore order, a reminder that fear could bind men as tightly as honor. When training ended, the young soldiers swore the sacramentum, the sacred oath. Once it was to the Senate and the people of Rome. Now it was to the emperor alone, the living embodiment of Rome. I swear to obey my commander, to never abandon my standard, to die for Rome if the gods demand it. It was not just a promise, it was a rebirth. From that moment, a man ceased to belong to himself. His life, his sword, his very breath were Rome's. Each soldier received a bronze diploma, a record of his service, rights, and honor. To lose it was to lose one's identity. For those who endured, rewards awaited, monthly pay, spoils of war, and land at the end of service. Auxiliary troops, once outsiders, were granted Roman citizenship, a prize worth dying for. But beyond money or land, the legion gave something greater: transformation. He had become more than a man. He was part of an immortal machine, disciplined, fearless, and loyal beyond death. The Roman legion did not merely conquer lands, it conquered chaos. Its structure, its order, its relentless discipline shaped the destiny of empires to come. Even today, armies study their methods, commanders quote their maxims, and soldiers march in their shadow. From citizen to soldier, from man to legend, the Roman legion remains the greatest engine of war ever forged by human hands.